everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So today's video, I apologize because I am wearing something different throughout the entire video than I am right now because I literally forgot to film the intro for that video. But today's video is going to be a get ready with me. We are going to be using some new products. I have the Colourpop Frosty the Snowman collection, the eyeshadow palette, the lip products. I also am going to be testing out the new NYX, the face glue primer, as well as the setting spray. So also catch up and just do this chatty get ready with me. But if that sounds good to you, please keep watching. Also, just wanted to let you know that all of the products that I will be using in today's video, talking about in today's video, will be linked down below. Some of those links may be affiliated, and I just want to let you know that if you shop through those links, I do receive a small commission, and I thank you so much for choosing to support me and my channel. However, there's no pressure. But let's go ahead and get into the get ready with me. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this get ready with me. I'm very excited. So I wasn't sure if I was going to pick this up, but I decided why not? Let's go ahead and try it out. This is the NYX, the face glue. This is considered a gripping primer. So I did want to try this one out. I do think the packaging is really, really cute. And I'm gonna go in, honestly, that might be too much, but I have that much on my finger, and let's apply this to the skin. I'm very curious to see how gripping this actually gets. I do feel like I put too much on, so I wiped some off. You guys know how much I love a gripping primer, so I'm actually very excited to test this one out. And there's definitely some tack to it for sure. Yes, definitely some tack to this. So we shall see how makeup applies over this. So I do feel like the best way to get the most out of your gripping primers is to wait a few minutes, or at least a minute, before you go in with your foundation, because it allows the primer enough time to kind of sink into the skin. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I do have as well the setting spray that came out along with this collection as well. This is the face glue setting spray. I really like the packaging. It definitely stands out with that bright blue and bright pink, which is really nice. And I do want to also prime with this one as well. So I think I'm going to do that. Something to note, and I've been seeing this a lot, is you really need to shake, because on the bottom of the spray, there is some settling happening. I'm not sure exactly what that is. But I do want to make sure that I mention that, because I did see it whenever I first saw this at Ulta. So I'm going to go ahead and prime with this spray as well. Okay, so it's not the finest mist. It definitely is more direct, like a lot comes out whenever you do spray this onto the face. So just notifying you about that. So for foundation, I am so sorry. I'm pretty sure this has been discontinued, but I really wanted to try this. I have heard nothing but great things about it, and I saw this at TJ Maxx. This is the NYX Born to Glow foundation. I purchased it for $4.99 from TJ Maxx, and I just really wanted to try it, to be honest. And I know this has been discontinued. Hopefully, if you have it, hopefully you love it. And hopefully, you know, this is a reminder for you to pull out this foundation and use it. Hopefully you also don't mind that I'm using a discontinued foundation. I just really wanted to test this one because, again, I've heard such great things about it. And that is something I'm interested about. Are you someone that cares about a YouTuber, or cares whether or not if a YouTuber uses something that's been discontinued? I would love to know, because if that's something that's important to you, I'll try to keep that in mind. I'm someone personally who doesn't really care. I actually kind of like whenever creators pull from their stash. It's kind of refreshing to see them use what they have, but I also know that some people, they may experience FOMO if they're not able to actually purchase what someone's recommending. but I like to use it as a reminder to use what you have. If you have, again, the foundation, maybe this is a reminder for you to pull it out. Maybe it's been a while. And if that's the case, then I can certainly just kind of reserve these products for myself whenever I'm getting ready and not necessarily include them in videos. So let me know. I want to hear your feedback for sure. So it seems to be applying nicely on top of that NYX primer. That primer was not overly gripping, so I wasn't anticipating having any issues with the foundation sticking on top. But I just wanted to note the fact that it is applying nicely. I do think that it's gripping enough. If you're someone who maybe doesn't love a gripping primer, you might actually really like the NYX primer because it isn't super gripping, like I was saying. And sometimes that could be refreshing for someone who isn't used to that tacky feeling. Because again, it could be a little bit like a mental block if you're not used to that gripping feeling. But yes, I did just get back from vacation. I feel like I'm gonna do the intro at the end, but so I started filming without actually doing my intro, which is really weird for me. But I did just get back from vacation. My husband and I went to Florida to visit my dad. I didn't even talk about it because, to be honest, it came and went so fast. I'm gonna go in with yet another TJ Maxx product. This is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Brightening Concealer. I have heard great things about this one as well. This is the shade Fair Birch, which is a little bit too light for me, but I think I'm able to make it work. But as I was saying, I didn't really mention it or anything because it did just kind of come and go so quickly, and I hadn't really mentioned it in any videos. I think too is because, you know, I obviously don't want to share where I'm going, just for safety reasons. But yes, we did visit Florida. My dad and his wife do live there, and I wanted to visit him because I haven't seen him since last year. And we thought about going for Christmas or for Thanksgiving, but of course the prices are so much more expensive for the holidays, like for the flights. So we thought might as well just go before Thanksgiving, and it actually worked out perfectly because the weather was really, really nice. In Florida, I just thought for sure that it would be hot and humid. I was kind of anticipating that, but it was actually beautiful weather. I feel like it was actually almost chilly because there were lots of winds, and the wind was actually kind of cool. So it felt a little bit colder than it actually maybe was whenever you checked the temperature. But yeah, we had a great time. We visited, we really wanted to go to Disney, and that was on the list. My husband has actually never been to Disney, but we had, unfortunately, something come up with our pets. My cousin was going to watch the dogs, or she was basically, yeah, she was gonna watch the dogs. So we were gonna drive to my cousin's house the day before we left to drop them off so that she could watch them while we were away. But she unfortunately bailed on us last minute. I'm very upset with her, to be honest, but not to get into that right now. But basically, because of that, we had to incur an additional expense that was unexpected. So we actually went through Rover. Rover, if you're unsure about, is, or if you're unaware, it is an app that is for pet sitting. And so you can do house sitting where the person actually stays at your house and can pet sit as well, or you can do just pet sitting, which is whenever they come over and, you know, they have like, you have like a certain like set time for them that you want them to come by and everything. I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. bronzer. This is the liquid bronzer. This is the Camo liquid bronzer. And this is in the shade Light. I actually have been liking this one, but instead of dotting it, I'm actually just doing a stripe like that. And I actually have been liking the way that it blends that way. And then I'm using my Real Techniques soft sculpting brush. This is the 450. Really, really love this brush for cream bronzer. But anyways, we used Rover, and I actually highly recommend it. It went really, really nice and smooth for us. However, it was very expensive, very expensive. We were gone for, I think it was 4 nights and 5 days, because it was Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Yeah, so it was 4 nights and 5 days, and it was almost $600 for that. So very pricey, again, wasn't anticipated. And so because of that, we just didn't really feel that it was the best time to go to Disney and incur even more additional costs, because we did not plan for pet sitting to be that expensive. You know what I mean? Like, because it was going to be my cousin watching them, we usually just pay her, you know, like a couple $100 just for, like, you know, helping us out and everything. And then that way she gets a little bit of money too. But actually having someone like through the app was so much more expensive, but I highly recommend it. She did an amazing job, the person that we went with, and it was a really great experience for us. She was very well versed with working with dogs, working with cats. So my husband and I felt very comfortable with her being in our home. But yeah, we had a great time. We wanted to go to Disney, like I said, but that just didn't happen this time, which is totally fine. You know, like, we can always go back and visit, and it doesn't have to be the end right now. You know what I mean? But we had a great, great time. I am going to go in with powder. Let me grab that. So I have actually been loving using my Makeup by Mario. This is the Surreal Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder. I really have been liking this one. I picked this up during the most recent Sephora VIB sale, and I have really been liking it. I feel like it really does blur the skin so beautifully. I feel like I might have gone in too heavy-handed with my bronzer, but that's okay. But yes, we are back, and I'm seriously so excited just to get back to our routine, because, you know, when you go on vacation, your routine is kind of off. So I'm not looking forward to going back to work. However, I am looking forward to having our routine back, and Thanksgiving is right around the corner. And so I feel like I'm literally going back to work for just a little bit, and then I will have 2 days off, which is really nice. And then we'll go back to a like semi-hybrid schedule, which is really nice. We had to go back to 4-1 for during the semester, but now that it's a lot slower, we're going to go back to 3-2, which means I will work in office 3 days out of the week, and then work from home 2 times out of the week. So that is really nice. I wish that I could work from home, or I wish that I could keep that schedule, you know, throughout the entire semester, but it just didn't work out that way. But that's okay. I'm still very grateful for what I do get, you know. I do work a little far from, I do live a little far from work. My commute is anywhere between 35 to an hour. Basically, it just depends on the day, to be honest. But I know it can be a lot worse. So I try to, remind myself about that. But how are you guys doing? I hope you are doing very well. I also hope that you are enjoying this holiday season. If you do celebrate, we actually have to get our tree. We usually get a real tree every year, so we need to go and do that because time is just literally just flying. It's flying by. Like, it's going by so fast. I also need to finish all of the Christmas shopping. I definitely haven't finished my Christmas shopping. My clip is literally falling out anyway. So yes, I do need to finish the Christmas shopping. What else? I don't even think my sister has sent her Christmas list. So Tamara, if you are watching, you need to send that because I need to start with your Christmas gifts. But yes, I hope that y'all are doing well. Let me get I do have a bronzer. So this is one that I did pick up from TJ Maxx. This is the Divine bronzer in the shade Nude Honey. So I do want to top off my powder bronzer, or no, top off my cream bronzer just a little bit. I don't think I need a ton of bronzing because I do feel like I went a little bit heavy-handed with the liquid bronzer. Okay, so for blush, I'm really excited because I'm going to be using one of the blushes that came in the Tarte set that I talked about in my recent haul video. This is the Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Indulgence. I haven't used this color yet, but I feel like it is the most beautiful shade for this time of year. So I figured, why not test this one out? I have been loving using this brush from the Profusion like Gothic Magic brush set. I think it's so, oh my God, look at that blush. Oh my God, you literally saw that in real time, you guys. You saw that in real time. Holy cow, I need to wipe this off. Okay, so I used my makeup switch to kind of blend some of that off. Wow, that is super pigmented. Holy cow. But I love how much of an impact it makes just like right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Holy cow. So pigmented. I feel like the others are not this pigmented. That's crazy. Going back in with my powder brush, I just want to make sure everything is blended. This is a very, very intense blush. Perfect for the like in with the cold type of look, or in from the cold, I mean, type of look. But I might have gone blush blindness. Something that I've noticed with these blushes, and it could be the brush, but I do feel like sometimes these go on a little bit patchy, which has never happened. So it could easily be the brush that I'm using. So maybe I need to go back in with using my, what is it called? My Morphe like Jaclyn Hill brush. I actually did get a blush brush from Sephora because I always feel so bad that I think that Morphe blush brush is discontinued. So I'm here to test out more blush brushes. I feel like on camera that doesn't look very good and I'm a little bit frustrated. I feel like it looks a little bit like a shadow, like I got punched in the face, and I don't love that, to be honest. Okay, so I'm gonna try something. I don't know if this is going to work, but I've heard that you can use some Hourglass powders to kind of like diffuse the situation a little bit. So I'm using my Dragon palette and just this big kind of fluffy brush from the Morphe and Ariel collection, and just kind of trying to buff everything. I literally almost put that brush in my eye. Okay, I feel like that helped, but I'm still unsure, to be honest. I'm having one of those days, you know, where like I don't feel very pretty, sadly, but we have those moments, you know? I don't even know if I want to go in. I'm gonna use my Old Faithful blush brush and just tap the slightest bit into this. And just like lightly tap. Okay, I think that's better. And then for highlighter, I do want to go in with this one. I actually had no idea that Essence had come out with this highlighter. This is the Meta Glow highlighter. It says that it is a duochrome highlight. I don't know if it has a shade, but here is what this one looks like. It definitely has like a shift to it. And I'm just very curious to see how this is going to apply onto the skin. I think it'll match the blush really well. So right now I'm not seeing it too much. I think you can see that actually. I think it does kind of complement the blush a little bit. And I think I can see it. But unfortunately, I don't know how much it's picking up on camera. But let's try the setting spray again, just to further set the skin. This mist is so aggressive. I feel like it even smells like glue. That's so funny. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows and eyeshadow primer off camera, and then we'll be back to start with the eyes. Okay, so I did go ahead and do my brows off camera. I am using my ABH Brow Wiz. I do wear the shade medium brown. This has actually become a rediscovery for me, and I've really been liking it. And then for eyeshadow primer, I pulled back out my MAC Paint Pot in the shade Painterly. So for eyeshadow, I'm really excited. I do want to create a look with the Frosty the Snowman palette from Colourpop. Colourpop, if in case you didn't know, did come out with a Frosty the Snowman collection. And here is the beautiful outer packaging of the palette. Here is the back of the palette, super cute. And then here is what the inside of the palette looks like. So really beautiful, just kind of like blue and icy tones. So I do want to play around with this one. I would love to do kind of like a frosty blue type of look. But I'm not entirely sure which direction I want to go in. But I'm excited nonetheless. I do want to throw on a lip oil though. So I'm going to throw on this e.l.f. lip oil in the shade Rose Envy. I just want a little bit of color to the lips. Perfect. Okay. So let's go in with this eyeshadow palette, and I'm trying to think of what I want to do. I'm going to start with the shade Thermometer, which is this lighter, dusty kind of purple color, and we are going to put this into the crease. I am a little bit nervous to see how this palette is going to perform. I feel like Colourpop has been a little bit hit and miss with me lately. I think the last palette I purchased from them was the Twilight palette, and I'm not a huge fan of the formula. I just feel like it's not the best. And I feel like ever since they started making the larger panned eyeshadows, I just feel like the quality hasn't really been there for me. I don't know if it's coincidence or if it does have something to do with the larger pans and the eyeshadow. I don't know. But ever since then, they've been a little bit hit and miss with me. I thought the Pokemon palette from them was just not good at all. Like I was honestly a little bit frustrated with that, because I feel like with their IP, they should be amazing. Like I feel like they should be throwing out amazing quality, because with the IP collections, they're reaching such a larger audience, because not only are you reaching regular Colourpop customers, but you're also reaching customers that are part or that are fans of the IP collection, IP collaboration. And so you almost have to set a really good impression, because that's going to bring customers either back or send them away, right? And so I just feel like I was a little bit disappointed with the Colourpop palette, the Pokemon palette, sorry. But I do feel like this shade Thermometer built up nicely. And I can see it on my skin, which is good. Okay, now I do think that I want to maybe build that crease a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Always Very Merry, which is more of like a gray mid-tone color. Hopefully this doesn't change the look too much. Okay, I actually really like what that shade did. I do feel like it kind of deepens things up, but in a way that's still leaving the Thermometer shade, which is the first shade that I placed. And I'm kind of liking it. I think it looks okay. It's not too gray. It's actually kind of true to the color that's in the pan, which is always nice. Now, because I'm just curious, I do want to see, I hope I don't regret this, but I do want to see what the shade Splendid looks like if I just kind of add that to the crease. I just want to know how this shade performs. So let's try that. Yeah, I don't love that, but it's me. It's not the shade. I don't know if that's the direction I wanted to go with the palette, but that's okay. Now I have to add it to the other side. I just feel like I probably need a smaller brush if I'm gonna do that, because with a large blending brush like this, you're pretty much just like altering the entire crease. I don't mind it, but I don't love it. So I'm gonna go back into that thermometer shade and just kind of add that color back in. Yeah, I don't love that. Okay, but that it's fine. It's whatever. Okay, now let's do, I guess we can build the outer corner. I think that would make the most sense. And I am gonna go in with the shade Button Nose, which is pretty much just like a charcoal gray color. And I'm going to put that in the outer corner. It's actually really bothering me that my shirt does not match my makeup look. Like, it's going to bother me a lot. If I film another video, I'm going to have to probably change my shirt. I know that that's so silly, but that is just how my brain works. It has to match. I don't know what it is. It just is that way. So far, I'm really impressed with this Button Nose color. I really am. It's blending really nicely. I also really like the color. I think it's really unique. Did any of you pick up anything from this Colourpop Frosty the Snowman collection? I'm very curious. I still want the highlighters. I just haven't purchased them yet because I can only get them on Ulta's website, or of course probably Colourpop's website. So I need to do that. But honestly, I'm not stressing too much about it. If I don't get them, I don't get them. You know what I mean? Like, I have Colourpop Super Shock shadows already that I'm not like absolutely must have to grab those. I think they're pretty. I would kind of like to have them to kind of round out the collection and what I'm interested in, but it's okay if it doesn't happen. That's kind of where I'm at. I feel like I got what I really, really wanted from the collection, which was the palette and pretty much the lip colors. Okay, so I do really like the way that that's looking. Now, where to go with this look? Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Busy, 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 which is this kind of like duochrome here, and then the shade 1969, which is this more glittery shade. And I'm gonna start with Busy, 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 kind of closer to, no, I didn't do glitter primer. Let me do that. Okay, so I'm gonna take Busy, Busy, Busy and put that closer to the outer corner because it's a little bit of a deeper shade. It's very pretty. I went back in to get more product. And then I'm gonna go in with the shade 1969, which is this lighter blue color, and just pressing that in the inner corner, which is definitely overpowering the Busy, Busy, Busy shade, but I mean, it is a glitter, so. A little bit unimpressed with the Busy, Busy, Busy shade, to be honest. Really love the 1969 shade. I just feel like the Busy, Busy, Busy shade it's not giving the most pigment, unfortunately, and that's with a glitter primer. So I think what I'm gonna do is, I don't know, do I pack more on? Do I just kind of leave it? Well, let me at least do the other eye. Okay, so there is that. Gonna go back into the brush for Button Nose, pick up a little bit more just to, you know, re-emphasize some of that depth that I created before. I am just not impressed with that more shade, or Busy shade. I'm not impressed with it. Like, I don't know if you can see, it's supposed to be right here. It's just not fully giving what I would want it to be giving, if that makes sense. Also, I did get fallout from that 1969 shade. Every time I say that, I think I'm gonna say 1989, like Taylor Swift. Okay, now for the inner corner, I really hope this turns out because I really want to do this in the inner corner. But I almost feel like it won't make sense. But I do want to try it. I think I'm going to go in with the shade Wishy Washy, which is this very, very light blue color. And I think I want to put that in the inner corner. I think that actually worked out kind of nice. I was kind of surprised. It's very pigmented. Yeah, that's super pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put on mascara, and then I will be back to finish off. Maybe do a little bit of lower lash line, and then we'll close out the look. Okay, so I did go ahead and put on some mascara. I am using the CoverGirl Lash Blast Cleantopia mascara in the shade Ultramarine Black. I thought that this blue tinted mascara would just complement the eye look so beautifully. I do want to put a little bit on the lower lash line though, because I feel like it'll really complement the look. I think what I want to do is go in with the shade Splendid, which is this kind of baby blue color. And I think I want to pack this on the lower lash line. Okay, yes, that is so pretty. I really, really love what that added to the lower lash line. So here is the completed look. I think that it looks so pretty. What a difference mascara can make, like seriously. I feel like I feel beautiful again when I put on mascara. It's crazy. So I do want to wear one of the lip products in today's video from the Frosty collection. So for the lip products, we have this beautiful kind of like mauve-y nude color. That's probably what I'm gonna go with, to be honest. And then the other lipstick is more, well, I could go in with this one actually. This is a red, but it's definitely more of a pink kind of berry color. And then we do have this shade from the Juicy Lip Plumps from them. We also have, well, let me just swatch them to be honest. Okay, so here are the different colors of the Juicy Lip Plumps. They're seriously so beautiful. And then for the lip products, here are swatches of the actual lipsticks. There are also lip liners as well. So here we have the lipsticks as well. Very beautiful. I think I will actually go in with this lipstick here. This one is in the shade Silly Snowman. And then there are two lip liners to match the lipsticks. So here are the matching lip liners. So they do pretty much match. So I'm gonna go in with the lip liner. This is in the shade, I don't have my glasses on, Magic Hat. And let's line our lips with this one. Okay, so here's the lip liner in Magic Hat. Really beautiful. I just lined a little bit. And then now let's go in with the lipstick. And this is in the shade Silly Snowman. All right, so here's the completed look. I think it looks really nice. I have to say though, looking up close, I don't love my makeup. I do feel like I look a little bit dry. Now, keep in mind, I did use a combination of new products today. So as far as the NYX, the face glue, I need to keep trying these out. The gripping primer, it feels really nice so far, but I know for sure that I need to keep playing around with this one. Same goes with the face glue setting spray. I really, really hope that these are not too mattifying or drying for my skin. I really hope that I'm able to work these out and wear them and truly benefit from them. But so far, I need to keep playing around with them. I do feel like I like the primer more than the setting spray, just right off the bat. As far as the NYX Born to Glow foundation, I know that this is probably discontinued, but I did want to just wear it today because again, it is a newer foundation to me, and I do think this looks really beautiful on this skin, but right now my skin is looking a little bit dry. Then as far as the Makeup by Mario setting powder, I really love this powder. I'm hoping to do a Sephora just kind of like haul overview and kind of talk about the products that I picked up during the Sephora sale and whether or not I'm happy with the products I got. And so far, I'm very pleased with this one. The e.l.f. Liquid Bronzer, I really, really like this one. I would recommend not dotting this on your skin, but drawing lines and then going in with your favorite liquid contour brush. brush that you use to blend out your favorite creams and liquids. For blush, this was crazy pigmented. This is the Indulgence shade from the Tarte blush set. Super pretty, but very, very pigmented. So I do need to remember to go in with the light hand, but I do really, really enjoy the overall look with this one. This Essence highlighter, this is the Meta Glow highlight. I do think that it's really pretty. I'm just not entirely sure if this is something that you need. I need to keep playing around with this one to determine if it is a must-have. What else? The Frosty the Snowman and Colourpop palette. I actually really, really like this. I love the look that I came up with. I think it's really nice and just icy and frosty. I do feel like the vibe is very much in tune with the palette and with the theming of everything. So I love when that happens. And I'm kind of impressed with this palette, to be honest. The only shade that I'm a little bit iffy about is the shade Busy, 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 which is this like duochrome here. And the reason I'm a little bit unimpressed with this one is because it shears out so much on the lid, and that's even on top of a glitter primer, which I use pretty much daily. So that is the only shade that I'm unimpressed with, but everything else really, really impressed with. I really want to play around with this shade more, which is Splendid. I think it's very beautiful. I absolutely love the shade Wishy Washy in the inner corner. So really happy with this one so far. I also think that the lip products from the Colourpop Frosty the Snowman collection are a complete hit. I think they're so good. I really, really love this lip color. I think it complements the blues and the kind of like dusty, kind of wintry blues colors in the palette. Sorry, I'm trying to speak and think all my thoughts. But anyways, I really like that they went with something that's red and festive, but a little bit of a warmer toned, kind of pinky toned red, so that it does go with the blues in the palette. I love the Juicy, what are these called specifically? These are the Juicy Plumping Gloss Bombs. I love these so much. I actually recommend these out of everything from the collection. I'm really liking the palette. I'm really liking the lipstick duos, but I really, really love the balm sets. So I believe that is everything that was new that I tried out in today's video. Let me know, did you pick up any of these items? Are you enjoying the NYX face glue products? Let me know. What about the Tarte blush set? Did you pick it up? I'm really, really enjoying this blush set from Tarte. Let me know, did you pick up anything from the Frosty the Snowman and Colourpop collection? But yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of my YouTube channel family here. Thank you so, so much for watching, and I'll go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye.